Hello everyone, and welcome. This is going to be a little different. I had a ton of amazing footage. We just had a phenomenal long weekend, camped on that beach. And on our second day there, we went fishing and caught a beautiful bass. We pulled up on shore to clean the bass, and my phone ended up in the bottom of the river. And way down in the bottom, it's still there. My phone identifies as a fish now. So for the last little bit of time we were there, I was able to use Anne's phone, which is what I'm using now, and salvage a little bit of footage. So now I'm going to show you the footage that I managed to salvage. And tomorrow I'm going shopping for a new phone. Hello everyone, and welcome again. It's a long weekend, and we made it out to this beach that we had found when we were out on that 5-night trip. We got here yesterday. The ground is a little bit sloped where the tent is, so we filmed using the canoe paddles to level off a spot where our mattress is going to be, so that at least we're laying level. We put these chairs in the water, and we were sitting in the water, nice and cool. I had all kinds of video footage of that. Today we decided to go and explore down the river, and we went quite a ways down the river. Did a bit of fishing while we were at it, and caught a really nice bass. We were on our way back. We saw a nice little spot there that I could clean the fish. So we pulled offshore. I got out of the canoe to clean the fish, and I heard a noise behind me. I had laid the tripod down, but I had hooked it on the yoke of the canoe, and the wind pushed the canoe sideways a little bit, and the tripod slid to the edge, and the phone went over the side. We searched. It's gone. We can't find it. The water's way too dark and murky down at the bottom. So all that footage I had from yesterday, gone. So we came back to camp, had a bit of supper, and then Anne graciously let me use her phone so that I can film this and we can start all over. But now we've had supper. We're just relaxing for a little while. We may take a short trip in the canoe, but let me give you a little tour around the area. So we've got our tent back here. A little bit of firewood left from what I had cut yesterday. And we're right here on this beautiful beach. There was a pile of rocks right here on the ground, and Anne used them all. She dug a bit of a hole with the paddle and then just made a ring with the rocks, so we'd have a safe place to have the fire. But look at the gorgeous view we have. So while we were having supper, we watched a beaver swim by and go past that point down over to our left. So Anne and I just went for a little canoe ride, just to see where that beaver was headed, see if we could find his house. We found his house, checked it out, it looks cool, paddled around a little bit and came back. But of course, and didn't want to trust me with her phone on my tripod in the canoe. We already lost one phone that way. Let's not do that again today. But now that we're back, we're going to prep our dessert. We've all done s'mores. We've all seen people making s'mores out of a waffle cone. Well, we didn't have a waffle cone. We just have the regular cones. And I stuck them in a Pringles can in the hopes that by sticking them in the canoe barrel they wouldn't get crushed. We brought along Cara milk bars. I'm going to put a little square in the bottom, or as far down there as I could get it at least. A few marshmallow minis, stuffed them in there. Another piece of the Cara milk. A few more marshmallows. Marshmallows and Cara milk. Stuff them in there. Wrap it up in a bit of tin foil. And a little bit later we're going to go down and sit by the fire. I'll put the grill over the fire and we'll toss these on the grill. And then they should be all nice and melty and gooey goodness. And with the Cara milk, once that chocolate melts, the caramel will melt all over into everything. Oh, I think it'll be good. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to leave those sit there for just a few minutes. They should come out delicious. So the cones have been sitting over the fire for about 10 minutes or so. They should be well melted. I'm just going to take the rack. I dug a bit of a hole here in the sand just to let them cool for a minute or so before we try and touch them with our hands. So it's only been a few minutes.
No, it needs more.
It needs a bit more, eh?
Yep, we'll put it back.
Alright, but now that they've cooled, we gotta start all over.
I say put them like right on the fire.
Okay, ready or not, I'm eating it. Oh yeah, now it's nice and gooey. The bottom of my cone is a little bit charred. They were taking too long to melt, so I took them off the grill and shoved them right in the fire. Oh, look at all that melty goodness. And now, with all this sugar, let's add a little bit of whipped cream.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. 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 I just got a bite into that caramel. The chocolate is just melted a little bit, and the caramel is warm. Mm. I'm definitely going to do these again.
Yeah.
So now that we've had our s'mores cones, they were delicious. We're just sitting here, enjoying the fire, enjoying the beautiful view. I think just before the sun goes down, we're going to crawl into the tent and avoid the mosquitoes. Because last night, as soon as the sun went down, they were fierce. So we'll enjoy the rest of our evening. You guys have a good night. We'll see you in the morning. Morning, everyone. Hope you all had a good night. We had a great night. Sat by the fire for a little while. Turned in early because we were tired from all that paddling yesterday. Sitting here this morning, getting my coffee ready, watching the fish jump on the water. I swear one of them held up my phone and took a picture of me. Oh, that first sip is always the best. Oh, nice and peaceful out here this morning. Just a very light ripple on the water. When I got up, there was nothing. It was like a piece of glass. Beautiful. Sitting on this rock, I can see the river down this way. I can see the river down that way. Beautiful spot. A little precarious for the chair, but I'm making it work. Oh. Whenever I'm in the canoe and I've got my phone on the tripod, I stand it up right in front of me and I film what I'm filming, and then I close up the legs and I take the swing arm on the tripod and I hook it in the circle of the yoke. That way if it does move around, it stays in that circle. Been doing that for years. Yesterday I put it in that very same spot. I got out of the canoe and when I got out, I had left the phone in the center on the yoke like I always do. And I went over to help Ann get out in the front. And when she got out, the wind just grabbed that canoe and flung it out and around. I had to grab the rope to make sure the canoe doesn't take off. And then when it got straight out, it tipped up on its side just a little bit. But it was just enough that the tripod slid out of that loop and it went and hit the side of the canoe. And I think that's what happened, is when it hit the side of the canoe, I saw the mic pop out of its stand and fall back in the canoe. But it was no longer connected to the phone. So I'm thinking the phone slid off and into the water. But because the mic was in its clasp, the connection let go, the phone went, and that's what popped the mic out of it. But either way, guess who's going shopping for a new phone? Oh, this channel started. I was using my phone, my Samsung Galaxy S9. I used that for a long time. Then I upgraded and I went with the Samsung Galaxy S21. And I used that one for a long time. Gee, I wonder what kind of phone I'm going for now. Probably another Samsung Galaxy, because I do like them. But honestly, this view this morning, even that's worth it. It's just a shame that I lost all those pictures and the footage that I had. But all I lost was the stuff that I did this weekend. Because I use my phone for filming purposes, just before I come out here, I always wipe out everything that's on the phone. When I get home, I do my editing, and then I transfer everything onto my computer, pictures and all. Once that's all done, I delete everything off the phone, and that way when I come out here, whatever I go home with on the phone, I'm not going through a million pictures trying to find the footage that I did that weekend. All I have is the footage from that weekend. Well, I'm going to sit here and enjoy this coffee. And enjoy this view. Because soon enough it's going to be time to start packing things up. Anne's still sleeping, and I'm going to let her sleep for as long as I can. Whenever she gets up, we'll make another pot of coffee. She can have a coffee and we'll have a bite to eat. Start packing up and getting ready to head out of here. Canoe's loaded. We're ready to go. It was a great trip. even if I lost my phone. We want to thank you all for joining us. Always a pleasure having you here. And if you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button. And if you're going to do that, you may as well hit the notification bell. When you do, there'll be a drop-down menu. In that menu, select all, and it should let you know whenever we put out a new video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.